Alright, let's get a little bit more in depth this time. What I'm going to show you is the army customizer. Let's get in here. So, we all know Company of Heroes 2 had the doctrines and tactics in the first game, which was basically this. You had several commanders you could choose with different abilities, passive and active. And this game, of course, does it again. However, this time you can choose out of available commanders which ones you want to use. In the beginning, you only get the standard free for both nations, but you can unlock them even more by just getting some levels, get XP, just playing the game. The first one you get is the Yaga Infantry Doctrine for Germany. And what does this do? Well, for example, Festung Doctrine gives you stuff like Panzer Tactician, smoke discharges for all vehicles, or even railway artillery support, to speak DORAR. Now, these completely change the gameplay of your army. For example, Festung armor relies on tanks and defensive structures, has the very mighty 43 Pack 43 with the 88mm tank gun. Support, well, do I have to say something about this? It has mortar support trucks, smoke bombs that lay down a really big smoke screen, relief units, artillery, lots of artillery for support. Jaeger armor is a tank destroyer, mostly going after tanks, and so on and so forth. So you have commanders to choose from. What does this mean? You can only take 3 of them into battle, and in the battle you choose one of them. So for example, you get a map, random map. You can choose, this time I'm gonna choose the Festung armor, Festung support, or Festung Jaeger. But you can't choose the 4th, for example. If I would have unlocked him, I would have to change between him and one of these 3. I can't take 4 with me. So I have to make sure that I use these guys that I like to play or want to play. Otherwise I'll end up being with a doctrine that I don't want to play. That's a lot of customization already, but it goes even more in depth. Here we go. You can get small buffs, like for example here, plus 2% increased accuracy, 4% more damage, and stuff like that. You unlock it through requiring your rank plus these achievements that you have to do. Goes rather fast, doesn't take all too long for most of them. Later achievements take a little bit longer, but all in all it's quite alright. Not much to do anyway. It goes for all kinds of tanks. You can switch between loadouts. So for example, if you want one loadout to be completely with tanks, you take that. Take the loadout you want to use for the battle, join the battle, and there you go. It's really different stuff here. Some little things, some better things. It really is just another gimmick. Gives you a slight advantage, but even without it, you can still, even if I put everything on tanks, for example, my infantry won't become useless. Easy as that. The next thing for all of us junks out there that like to customize their own tanks, several skins. I haven't unlocked them yet. You can see them over there. For all kind of weather conditions. There will be more in the after the beta and full release, of course. And that's it for customization. Now, my take on this. It is actually quite nice. The ability to take only 3 commanders into the battle, but you can always change them before you start the battle. Adds something interesting. You have to choose which one to go with. If you pick the wrong one, like something you really don't like to play for some reason, and you have to play it because, for example, you rely on teamwork. You're playing 3-on-3, and the other guys are going with, for example, Festung armor and Jaeger armor. So you get someone for defense with good abilities on tanks, someone against tanks who also has the Ferdinand or Elephant tank destroyer on the field. You don't want to take another one of these guys because you already got someone against tanks. You already got someone who's good with defense. I mean, you can take the Festive Armor too and to revolve your tactics about this. But you might want to go with support. If you don't like support, however, you can still go with Yaga Infantry and add something else to the battle. Choices. They're gonna matter on the battlefield. If you only have support, for example, who's gonna take the front lines? For example, most of this support stuff is not really good against vehicles. You have the smoke screen, stuff like that. You have anti-tank guns that you can deploy. But in the end of the day, if you look at this, smoke screens, mortars, light artillery, light sector artillery, it's not really something you can take out vehicles all too good with. So you might want to not go with 3 guys with the same doctrine, for example. The bulletins, really nice. They didn't overdo it. They're just something nice to add to get a little bit better at some stuff. Since you can save loadouts for both Germany and Russia, you can save different loadouts. For example, I can just go here. It's already different. There you go. Can save a couple more. This one is, yeah, this feature is locked for Theater of War. This is another game mode that's not unlocked yet, sadly. Gotta look forward to that too. And skins just add a little bit different. I hope there will be a lot more skins because otherwise everyone will just drive around with the same ones. And I hope they won't come with DLCs because that would be kinda... I mean, I know they have to make money, but DLC is always something that should be good. Just some skins and stuff like that. It's not really something I want to see as DLC. New units or something like that. A mini add-on, so to speak. That's something I'm interested in. Well, and that's the army customizer. Let's have a quick look at the Russians. Same as before, several commanders to choose from. I really want to get this one, ISU 152. Although this is a radio intercept, we all know about that. Bulletins, pretty much the same stuff. Obviously for the Russian tanks instead of the Germans, and etc, etc. Skins for the Russian tanks, and that's pretty much it. A good system, I'd have to say. Maybe they could do some more with it. I feel like it's missing out on some parts. The bulletins, for example, some of these have quite a high amount of things you have to achieve. For example, here, kill 10 Tiger tanks. That's something you achieve after a while. But kill 20 vehicles and kill 200 infantry with the IS-2. That's going to take some time. And all that to deal 5% more damage with the IS-2. Well, yeah. If I use a lot of IS-2s, I'm going to add it to my bulletins. But aside from that, for all the work I have to go through, it doesn't really feel like an achievement. And if I really want to use a lot of these tanks, when I haven't got it yet, I'll always think, my IS-2 could deal 5% more damage, but I still have to kill 160 infantry men before I get that. It's kind of awkward. And you can obviously just go to a game against the AI, mash it down and let it build tank after tank and infantry after infantry squad and just blow it down again to get these achievements. And this sounds kind of repetitive if you really want to grind these and get the best out of them. Like for example, upgrade 60 M5 health tracks with the M17 quad. So just open a game against the easy infantry and easy AI, just plow over him, don't kill his base, and then I just produce half track after half track and destroy it myself again until I have to 60, and then I have it. Then I achieved this for some reason. Mixed feelings about that. It's nice to have something else to be, to perfect it, but they might have gone the wrong way with this. Maybe just require the rank and get the achievements out. But then again, this is maybe just my personal preference. I also hate that you have to unlock weapon upgrades in Call of Duty. Never can figure that one out, but personal preferences, I'd say. Well, the Army Customizer. It's gonna be fun. See you soon.